Welcome back, guys, to a tutorial on C++ programming language. And in the previous tutorial, we completed our loops. And in this tutorial, we were supposed to do a program, but we're gonna skip that, and we will do that later. But what I want to tell you is how to, uh, you know, control the loop. What do I mean by that? Okay. Suppose there comes a situation when you want to end your for loop before every conditions are checked, right? You want to end your loop in between some point. Okay, so what happens is you can use a statement a break statement inside a for loop to break out of that for loop. Okay, so for example, if I create a for loop, and for every time we're gonna loop, most of the time we're gonna use for loops rather than while loop, because of the indentation of for loop is much better to understand than any other loops. So I create a loop, I is 1 and I say 10 and I plus plus, sorry, I plus plus. Alright, so what I do is basically I created a loop where I is 1 and I is less than 10, and I plus plus goes over here. And what I say is if okay, if I check the condition over here, if I is equal to 5, then what you're gonna do is actually just break. Now to use a break statement, just write the word break with a semicolon in the end. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do, still in the loop. Alright, so before the break is applied, I want to just show that something that we have gone into this and we are breaking out of. So let me just write, we are breaking this for loop, and we are out. Okay, so we are out, and L, there you go, and L. Okay, and okay, what I'm gonna do over here is, yeah, we are out of the loop. Alright, so what I have done is, let's just see what I have done. At this point, I have created an integer I, alright, with a value 1, and I check if the I is less than or equal to 10, and then I manipulate every time this body as I plus plus. Alright, so there is a condition over here which says if I is equal to 5. So if I is 1, it doesn't go into this, doesn't go for 2, 3, 4, but it goes in for 5. So when it goes for 1, it doesn't go in here, and it prints still in the loop. It prints again for 2, that is still in the loop. So let me just print I2, so just we get that value, an idea of what the value of I is at this point. Alright, so simple, and it goes for 3, 4, but when the value of I gets 5, because of this I plus plus, it goes in here and it prints 5. We are breaking out of this loop and we are out, and it breaks this statement. So it breaks this if, it breaks this for, and it gets out for we are out of the loop. So it prints this command in the end. So let me just build and run this. Let it build and run. You can see this, it print 1 for the value of I1, it prints still in the loop, second still in the loop, third still in the loop, fourth still in the loop. Alright, now when the value of I gets 5, over here you can see this, the I gets 5 and it prints 5, and we are breaking out of this loop and we are out. And when this gets out of the loop, the value of I never gets to be 6. Alright, The value of I never gets to be 6, it's out. So if I print over here I again, sorry, okay, if I print the value of, what's wrong, if I print the value of I over here, it should print the value of I as 5 again. So let me just build and run this. It says error. Okay, I is not a global, sorry, you can see this again, the concept of global and the local variable comes in here. So let me just copy and paste this over here. And why, when you declare any variable over here, it's just a global for this particular for loop. Alright, it's when this for loop ends that the value of I ends at that point. There is no I after this loop. So as we have learned about the local and global variables, the for loop, any variable declared in the for loop parenthesis, it's not, it's local for that loop, or it's not used outside that loop. So at this point we have made it local to the main, which is global for this. So what it does is it takes the value of I as 1 and it increases, and the value of I gets changed, and you can still refer to I outside this for loop. So let me just build and run this, and you can see this, it prints the value of I after the loop ends at 5. So what it does is when you apply this break, it just get out of the loop, it doesn't increase the value, doesn't check condition. At this point when this break hits, it gets out of the loop and this command and this statement is run. So this is about breaking a loop at a point. For example, suppose something comes and in this case you can see this, if the value of I is 5, then I want to break this and get out of the loop, no more doing anything. Alright, so similarly you can understand there will be a lot of times when you want to break a particular statement, when you want to break out of a loop. Alright, so that's how you end a for loop or any loop for say in between that loop. So that's all about for loop, breaking in for loop, and it's very easy to with a while loop too. Just write this similarly you have to write this if and break. Okay, so that's about break statement in this C++ programming language. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.